The Curse of Oak Island preview. Strange stone circle found exactly where Ark of the Covenant said to be buried. On the Curse of Oak Island this week, the team uncovers a brand new stone feature at the exact spot where an expert told them to dig for the Ark of the Covenant. In recent weeks, researcher and symbologist John Edwards identified a couple of places along Nolan's Cross where he believes Templar Knights have buried the Ark of the Covenant and possibly other ancient Christian artifacts. John came to this conclusion after studying old books and documents that he believed used a cipher to reference the Ark, Oak Island, Templar Knights, and the Knights' descendants in the Freemasons. The researcher said that Nolan's Cross was part of a bigger structure that marked a secret burial spot. The guys wasted no time sending Billy Gerhardt and his digger into the area to investigate, and last week, he had already uncovered an unusually placed boulder. This week, Billy and the team have unearthed a circle of stones. In a preview, Jack Begley informs his fellow treasure hunters that the stones are on the spot where John told them to dig. The guys will likely see this new feature as a potential marker for treasure. The Oak Island team is sent to investigate a castle in the Netherlands. Also, researcher Cristin Moll is back on tonight's show. Cristin is a big advocate of the Templar Knights theory and has put a lot of time and effort into researching Templar and Freemason symbols across Europe and Nova Scotia. Cristin has taken the Oak Island guys on trips to Portugal, Italy, and France, and now he is suggesting a field trip to the Netherlands. In a preview, Cristin told the guys he had found a Dutch castle with the same symbols as those found on Oak Island. A couple of weeks in Europe has become the norm for the guys in recent seasons, so it looks like, this time, they're off to the Netherlands. The History Channel episode synopsis confirms the above. The team is ecstatic when a recent theory about Nolan's Cross comes to fruition while they prepare for a European adventure on the horizon. Oak Island guys examine another ancient artifact. This episode of The Curse of Oak Island is from Season 11, Episode 21, called Straight as an Arrow. The episode name likely references an arrow-like artifact that will feature on the show this week. The legend of Oak Island has just taken a breathtaking twist, and fans of The Curse of Oak Island are about to witness what could be the most shocking development in the history of the show. As the Fellowship of the Dig returns to Nova Scotia for a new season, their quest for the fabled treasure hidden beneath Oak Island's surface explodes into new territory. This time, it's not just about gold or mysterious tunnels, it's about one of the most sacred and elusive artifacts in human history: the Ark of the Covenant. And now, in a startling preview for the upcoming season, the team uncovers something chilling and extraordinary: a perfectly symmetrical stone circle found deep in the western quadrant of the island, precisely where an old and obscure Templar map claimed the Ark was secretly buried centuries ago. A map, a myth, a monument. The journey to this discovery began months earlier, when researcher and Templar historian Zena Halpern's documents were re-examined by Alex Legina and archaeologist Miriam Amaralt. One weathered parchment, long dismissed as indecipherable, was digitally enhanced and revealed a Templar symbol for the Ark, a unique combination of the Latin word arca and an ancient Jerusalem cross. What sent chills down the team's spine was the placement. The coordinates on the map lined up with an unexplored area between Nolan's Cross and the edge of the swamp. For decades, this patch of land was considered inaccessible due to flooding and thick brush, but after recent draining efforts, the team decided it was finally time to dig there. They had no idea what they were about to uncover. The discovery of the stone circle. Using a combination of ground-penetrating radar and LiDAR scanning, the crew pinpointed an anomaly: a ring-shaped structure lying beneath less than 2 feet of soil. As archaeologist Laird Niven led the excavation, pickaxes revealed something astonishing: a nearly perfect circle of stones, each standing about 3 feet tall, arranged with mathematical precision. The circle had 13 stones, an ominous number, often tied to the Knights Templar and their sudden betrayal on Friday the 13th in 1307. Even more chilling, the inner radius of the circle formed a perfect cubit-based measurement, precisely matching ancient Hebrew records of how the Ark of the Covenant was stored in Solomon's temple. We're not saying it's definitely the resting place of the Ark, Rick Ledina says cautiously in the preview, but this is unlike anything we've ever found before. The symmetry, the symbolism, it's undeniable. Somebody built this with purpose. While digging at the center of the stone circle, the crew recovered what appears to be a weathered slab of sandstone etched with a Jerusalem cross and the Latin phrase Deus Vult. God wills it. The phrase was the rallying cry of the Crusaders and a sacred motto for the Knights Templar. This could be a marker, suggests historian Doug Crowell. A grave marker, a reliquary site, or something bigger. As tension builds, Rick and Marty bring in experts in biblical archaeology and religious symbolism. Dr. Helena Faulkner, a visiting scholar from Cambridge, is visibly shaken when she examines the site. If the Templars fled France and came to Oak Island with the Ark, as some have theorized, this circle may have been a sacred altar or protection ring, she explains. In biblical times, circles of standing stones were used to guard divine relics. If the Ark truly rests beneath this land, this could be the boundary warning trespassers. Even Marty, the ever-practical businessman of the duo, is rattled. I don't usually go in for the supernatural theories, but this feels bigger than us. The curse grows stronger. The preview teases that the island's mysterious curse may be reawakening. During the excavation, a sudden and violent storm strikes the island. We had no warning, Marty says in a confessional. 1 minute, calm skies, the next, thunder, lightning, and winds that nearly tore our tents down. Diver Tony Sampson narrowly escapes injury when a tree crashes just feet away from the mobile command center. It's the kind of freak event the Oak Island team has grown used to, but paired with such a historic find, many begin to wonder if they're truly digging into something they were never meant to touch. Gary Drayton, the team's metal detecting expert, chimes in with a grim chuckle. Findon treasures one thing, mate, but messin' with the Ark of the Covenant. That's Indiana Jones stuff. A sacred artifact or a warning. As the season preview nears its end, the team prepares to drill beneath the center of the stone circle. The seismic scan shows a void, an unmistakable chamber, 6 feet below. Is it a treasure vault, a burial tomb, or could it be the long-whispered resting place of the biblical Ark? But just as they ready the drill rig, a strange reading halts them. Electromagnetic interference scrambles their equipment. Cameras flicker. Metal detectors spike with no explanation. It's as if something doesn't want to be found, Alex murmurs. Then comes the kicker. Dan Henske, longtime associate of the team and devoted spiritual believer, issues an eerie warning. I've felt things on this island for decades. This circle. It's a seal, not a monument. Be careful what you open. What's next? With the preview ending on a dramatic cliffhanger, fans are left reeling. Could this finally be the game-changing season? Have Rick, Marty, and the Fellowship of the Dig uncovered proof that the Ark of the Covenant was not destroyed, but hidden, half a world away from Jerusalem? History Channel remains tight-lipped, but insiders tease that this season will take the treasure hunt into spiritual, philosophical, and perhaps even metaphysical territory. One cryptic voiceover declares, some treasures aren't just gold. Some carry the power of gods. Will they dare to dig deeper? And if they do, will the island let them? This is the curse of Oak Island like you've never seen it before. Prepare for buried secrets, biblical legends, and a mystery that just shattered everything we thought we knew.